All right, guys. So I decided to geek out a little bit. Um, Shimano just released their entire 2023 spring and summer gear, and starting with not the Xsense XR, although this is a new reel. I'm pretty sure this is just a CI4 version, like a black Vanford. Um, it was never a model that really captured my imagination, but here we go. This is the one I've been waiting for. And the Vanquish, it's pretty interesting. Everyone I know who has purchased Vanquishes, they end up getting like six or a dozen. It becomes the only spinning reel they use. And now that the Vanquish basically dropped in all the 2022 Stella FK technology. The big one being, in my opinion, Infinity Loop, which is that super slow oscillation that stacks the line right next to each other. Um, that and even that stupid anti-twist fin, it actually makes a difference. So I had the new Stella FK in a 3000 MHG size for almost the entire summer. I think I got it around July. And you guys know I'm a big fan of Daiwa spinning reels, and I still am. But I'll get into this in a later video. But basically, Daiwas are not reliable in the salt. That's just the sad truth. And Shimano, what they did with the new Stella and now with the Vanquish, they doubled down on what they're good at, which is line management. So the performance, the actual real world benefits to all the line management tech they put into the new Stella, that's something that's very noticeable while you're on the water using it. They improved the drag. I think the new drag stack, the DuraCloth, um, it feels smoother to me. That was always my main complaint with Shimano spinning reels, at least in the smaller freshwater sizes that we also use in saltwater. It's not nearly as smooth of a startup as even a Daiwa Certate. So the Certate drag is remarkably smooth. Same thing with the Luvius Arity and of course the Exist. But Shimano is getting better. The thing with Shimano is every time I go and click the drag, as in turn the spool manually to test how much drag pressure I have, it always starts off a little sticky. That first click, there's always a little bit of sticky resistance, and that's fine if you're using normal, um, say 8 pound and up. But if you're using 4, 5, even 6 pound, it gets a little dicey. So anyway, back to the Vanquish. It's an interesting color scheme. I mean, they went black with just this. I mean, this looks like a Stella. I'm sorry, this looks like a Stradic. And on all the Shimano spinning wheel models, if you don't tell me what it is, it can be anything. Like the Altegra could be the new Stella for all I care. I mean, they all look pretty shitty in my opinion. Blocky, very angular. Like I see the design theory behind it, but you know, let's pull up the new Exist really quick. I mean, that is a beautiful reel. That's like that's like what a reel from the future looks like. Okay, and then you have this. It's not terrible, but it's not nearly as inspiring as the Daiwa monocoque reels from the Certate on. Um, so the model I usually gravitate to is the 3000 MHG, and this is a JDM only model. The problem with that is, of course, with the warranty, this and that, but the entire Vanquish line, I don't believe is coming to America. Instead, they gave us the accents, which is very weird. I mean, I don't think any saltwater anglers here are buying the accents. They're mostly sold to freshwater bass fishermen. In which case, why wouldn't you bring over the Vanquish? This line is considered the ultimate finesse series from Shimano. They work on the handle rotation being extremely light. Also, they use a thinner oil and grease in the line roller. So it takes hardly any pressure to get that line roller spinning. And it's lighter than the accents, even though they're both magnesium bodies. So the 3000 MHG, which is not the C3000, that's the compact body. The 3000 MHG is, I believe, the 4000 body and more importantly, the gear size with a 3000 spool. And I find this size to fit perfectly on my 9-foot medium light Labrax. It fits great on the 960 Dialuna. So those longer JDM um, Suzuki rods work great, but it also fits on 7'2", 7'6", like my Steve's AGS. It fits fine. I mean, it looks fine. So it's more versatile for me in that way. Whereas if you get the compact 3000 or the 2500 size, just more common for freshwater applications. You put it on a 9-foot, even an 8'6" Suzuki rod, it's a little small. So anyway, yeah, that's the one I've been waiting for. Um, it looks nice, right? I'm not gonna lie. It looks okay. I wish the color scheme was a little bit different. I don't know why they went with that bright silver. Let's take a look at the video. I hope this doesn't get taken down because of that, but here's the Vanquish. I saw that one. It's a very stylized production, but Vanquish technology.
Beyond lightness,
Oh shit, it's in English.
lightweight in hand and light rotation create immense benefits for anglers. For anglers who want enhanced control of their lure's action. For anglers who want to feel even the smallest of changes during the retrieve. Embody these desires and enhance your senses to a new degree. Vanquish. Shimano's MGL series of spinning reels emphasizes light rotation by featuring lightweight MGL rotors. Part of the MGL series, Vanquish features Shimano's lightest MGL rotor with an asymmetrical design. The MGL rotor reduces the moment of inertia during rotation. Let's compare Vanquish's MGL rotor with that of Stella's metal rotor. We will look at a weight drop to see two things. One is the difference of the rotation speed of handle. Other is the time until the handle stops naturally after giving the same force to both handles. As you can see, Vanquish rotates faster and stops faster, which means anglers can start and stop reeling with less force. On the other hand, Stella rotates more slowly and continues to spin for a longer period of time. Overall, metal rotors have a higher moment of inertia. They require a bit more force to start reeling, but keep spinning for longer periods of time, benefiting anglers by reducing the effort while fishing long, repeated retrieves. On the other hand, the MGL rotor requires less force to start reeling, and also has less sustained rotation during the retrieve. This benefits anglers who want to make action to the lure by instant reeling and to feel the slightest change which impacts to the rotation. This is sense of lightness, which you can feel through Vanquish. The all
I mean, that is such a great explanation of the difference between the Vanquish and the Stella. The Stella metal rotor is a very interesting design choice, in my opinion. If you look at the Certate, Exist, Luvius Arity, they all go with a Zion rotor. And the Stella is kind of unique in that category. That heavy aluminum rotor on the Stella, it gives the reel a certain kind of refinement that I don't experience in any other spinning reel. In terms of smoothness, the Exist is remarkable. The new one even more so. But they can't really match that solid Rolex feeling refinement that the Stella gives you while you're just chucking and winding a plug, let's say. But the Vanquish, this is what I've always heard about the Vanquish is the lightness. There, there's almost no resistance when you go turn the handle, and I definitely look forward to testing that out.
new Vanquish features infinity loop technology to create a super dense winding pattern, same as Stella. The continued evolution of the reel's internal structures enables the speed at which the spool moves up and down to be incredibly slow, reducing the uneven winding often caused during a spool's oscillation. This also reduces unnecessary vibration transmitted to an angler's hand.
I do have to say, seeing this reel in the video, like you can tell me this is the new Stradic, and I wouldn't bat an eye. I mean, it just it doesn't look very impressive, but that's just me.
When combined with the low rotational inertia of the MGL rotor, the lure action under the water is evident. In situations where a more finesse or precise presentation is required, the MGL rotor provides greater feedback to the angler during the retrieve. Additionally, the precise manner by which the line is wrapped around the spool significantly reduces friction when the line leaves the spool during the cast. This not only gives the angler an enhanced feeling when casting, but also contributes to increased sensitivity upon lure falling.
Okay, in terms of casting distance, I can definitely tell you that's a real thing on the new Stella. I don't know about feeling your lure better when it drops, but the way it stacks line right next to each other, parallel, instead of, sort of a cross section, cross weave kind of pattern going up and down. It's I feel I gain about 10% casting distance on it. So
This is not the only evolution of Vanquish. It benefits from all of the new technologies within Stella. Infinity Cross increases gear durability by nearly double compared to previous gear designs. Infinity Drive enables anglers to reel with less force than previous models, even under load. The anti-twist fin contributes to reduced line troubles. And Duracross improves drag washer durability. Lightness is often taken for granted. Now we have achieved lightness with even greater rigidity. Enhanced sensitivity. With enhanced sensitivity, explore a world you've never seen. Beyond lightness. Vanquish.
all right. I mean, that's basically what I've been looking for. A lighter version of the Stella with all the line management perks that came out last year. So I'm happy about that. I think I'm going to get my hands on one of these as soon as I can and hopefully get a full review out to you guys. So here are some of the other ones that caught my eye. New Dialuna. This is a rod that I did a review on a few years ago. Um, there you go. monocoque, right? They're monococking everything, which is interesting. Shimano has the monocoque rods, right? Where and also monocoque, um, they call it a solid core body on their bait casting reels, like the Bantam and their Metanium. Daiwa has monocoque on their spinning reels, so everyone's monococking. Dialuna, it looks like the blank stays the same. I think this is all the same blank tech that I've seen before. And the price, I mean, I've always felt the Dialuna was a bargain in terms of what you're getting. You're basically getting an X-Bride blank components. I'm pretty sure the guides they use are SIC stainless. And you're getting all that. Yep, SIC, SIC, high power. You're getting an excellent reel seat, and it's so much longer, right? It's like 9 foot all the way up to 10 foot rods for basically the same MSRP as the X Brides. So let's check out the weight. This is the one I had before, which if I were to do again, I'll probably get an 8.6 or the 9.6 medium light. But let's just see what they did with the weight. 139 grams. So that's pretty heavy. That's a lot heavier than um, that's a lot heavier than the Librax. Okay, where the hell is it? Okay, no. Oh God. Oh God. Dialuna. What's the math? Okay, so it goes up to 45 grams, whereas my 9 foot medium light Librax goes up to 35. So that's significant. Now, let's look at the 9 foot medium light and compare that to the Librax. Max 35, so exactly the same lure weighting. And it's 125 gram. Not bad. I think the Librax is just a hair over 4 ounces. So, Jesus Christ. All right, Dialuna. So not bad. I think this is some. I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy one of these rods, but if you guys are looking for that style of rod, a JDM Suzuki rod, not the black hole Suzuki rod, which is completely different thing. But if you're looking to get a little extra length, if you're fishing flatter beaches down south, it's not a bad idea. While it's longer, it's still light enough for you to use one hand to balance while you're jigging. New Deal Luna looks like a solid deal. I mean, the old one was very sensitive. You guys know I'm a big fan of the X Bride. Um, so there's definitely that. Vanquish we saw. All right, so here's sort of a niche. I just released a video on a BFS setup. Um, this would be sort of the Rolls Royce of BFS fishing, the new Conquest BFS. So this, I believe, is based on the Conquest 100 frame, and they have like a 50 size spool. So again, this is not completely impossible that I would pick one up and play around with it, but pretty unlikely for this year. SLX DC. All right, so this is all more like bass fishing stuff. Okay. All right. So I have like 30 of those open. All right, here's a Metanium. The new Metanium 100, not bad. I mean, I'm not sure what they did to improve upon the previous one, but yeah, other channels will fill you guys in on the newer Shimano Baitcasters. I haven't been following what Shimano's been doing in that realm for a while. There's the monocoque bait casting body, core solid. I mean, it looks great. You know, I'm a big fan of a new core solid micro module gear Shimano reel. The problem with micro module is apparently it doesn't last. I never owned one long enough for it to wear down, but tons of reports on gear sets going buzzy on new Metaniums. So, all right. Oh, here's some. All right, so this is Shimano Bantam bass baits, and I might get a couple of these. This size shad has done a lot of work for me in freshwater, and I think it'll be a fun little experiment using these to catch fluke. The flash boost is very neat concept, and this is also the scaled down version of their World Minnow jerkbait, which I'm also looking forward to. And some of these colors look great. I mean that looks good. I have a couple of the World Minnow, which I think is a 115 size. It's a pretty big jerkbait, and I always wished it was a little smaller. Oh, look at that. There's a cherry red model. Nice. This is going to be a fluke killer right here. Yeah, I'll put three number two owner singles on this. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Well, anyway, the main course for tonight was the Vanquish and maybe a little bit of the Dialuna. I hope you guys enjoyed my rambling. And yeah, I'm going to listen to this session and see if it's worthy of an upload. Maybe keep it up for a week or two and then take it down. So, anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.